Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more EU for the Rights of Man, playing as Ethiopia. I did actually wait to record this video. It is Thursday night at the time I'm recording it, and I wanted to get some feedback on the idea groups, and you guys did provide that, so I'll address it now. And this video will go up, I don't know, Friday, around noon-ish, so hey guys, I'll see you in like less than 24 hours. Anyway. Alright, so there were a few suggestions that were made. And I am going to stick with trade ideas, just spoiling it up front, but I do want to address a couple of the other suggestions that were made, because a lot of them I think there is an argument to be made for, and I don't think any of you are wrong to suggest them. First off, I will just shoot this down right away. I'm not going to go for expansion ideas. I'm just not. I'm not interested in becoming the major colonial powerhouse like Spain, Portugal, France, and England, and so on. I already have 2 colonists, and I would only get 1 more from expansion ideas. Yes, I would get a merchant, and yes, they would grow a teensy-weensy bit faster as well, but beyond that, I don't really care. You know, global trade power does provide some of the benefits of the trade ideas, but you know what's better? The trade ideas themselves. So why pick expansion over trade? Really the 1 colonist. Do I care about having a 3rd colonist? Not really. And by the way, one thing that's worth pointing out, expansion ideas, they did take away the permanent casus belli on everyone from Africa and Asia, it looks like. You can fabricate claims overseas in trade company regions. That's it. So if I hand all this stuff off to a trade company, I'll be able to, fabricate claims on Brunei, like proper claims and stuff. That's the idea behind that. Not sure how powerful that is, to be honest. The state maintenance can save you a bit of money, though. I might actually say that expansion ideas are probably better than they used to be. But again, I don't know. I don't care that much about 1 extra colonist. There's a lot more benefit we can have from different idea groups. And this is really important to me because you have to consider the opportunity cost. Yeah, expansion ideas are okay. I give them like a 4 out of 10. But in order to take these, I have to give up taking, say, trade ideas, innovative ideas, offensive ideas, which are significantly better. So I just don't see any compelling reason to take this if I'm not trying to create 5 or 6 colonial nations. If I were trying to do that, that'd be one thing, but that's not what I'm doing with Ethiopia. Now, as far as some of the other suggestions, I'll tell you up front that my bias is always toward administrative idea groups. I always think these are better. The only reason I'm not doing that right now is because I just did an admin idea group, and I would like to start using that power to start having a period of expansion. Otherwise, innovative ideas, absolutely one of my favorites. No doubt. Tech cost reduction and the institution embracement cost saves me money, saves me monarch points. What's not to love? Optimism is fantastic. Innovative also gets a lot of great events, and it pairs well with offensive ideas and a couple other things. Innovative's a great idea group. I can always see a good argument to pick up innovative. Economic isn't bad either. The national taxes and stuff could get me some extra money. Interest per annum reduction is not bad. The autonomy change is pretty strong. Land maintenance modifier can save you a lot of money. Production efficiency is pretty good. Development costs will save me monarch points. Again, it's pretty solid across the board. I do think that trade ideas might be able to get me more money overall, but it is pretty solid. What's not to like? Influence ideas, very solid. If you're going to create a whole bunch of different vassals, really powerful vassals, this can be pretty good. It also reduces the cost of annexing them. That said, in this particular playthrough, I have not been playing the vassal game too much, and a lot of that comes down to the fact that I'm just conquering nations in big chunks, because they're usually pretty darn cheap, and I don't really feel like taking the time to create a bunch of vassals, especially at such a low-tech group. If I were playing as a European nation, influence ideas would be a much higher priority. These are still really good, but perhaps not the best. At least not right now. And offensive ideas, again, pretty darn solid, pairs amazing with innovative ideas. Defensive ideas are actually pretty good too. But I would definitely take offensive ideas for the siege ability and for the discipline and stuff like that, and for the better generals offensive stuff. I just like this one a lot. So yeah, I think a lot of the suggestions made were very solid and fit my playstyle. I am going to go with trade anyway. Again, I think that straight up being better at trade is going to be really useful for me. Having 3 extra merchants, which stack up with the better caravan power and trade steering, will make me so much more effective at making sure all the money in Africa and Asia flows through the Alexandria trade node. And that's really important because if I have, I can have dominant control over the Alexandria trade node itself, but you'll notice I still only have 64% of control. A lot of the money anyway, is still flowing into Genoa, Venice, and stuff like that. I really want to have as much trade power as possible, as much stacking caravan power, just stopping all the money in Alexandria as possible. This needs to become my end node. That's how I'm going to get my most money. So I feel like this might be a pretty good idea. We'll be able to direct the flow of money out of Katsina over toward Ethiopia and Alexandria. We'll be able to control the flow of money coming out of Indonesia, because we already have a presence here, going across India, making sure this always goes down through Alexandria and the Suez, the Red Sea, rather than going up to the north. And there's a lot of things we can do to make sure that money comes to us, and we'll just get a better stranglehold over the node. That's my thought process on it, and it's a diplomatic idea group, so it could be pretty good for us. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, one of the other reasons I'm picking it up is just because I don't take trade ideas very often. I usually don't. And I'd like to do something a little different. I mean, maybe that's a less rational reason. There's always, I mean, I would argue that innovative ideas are better than trade ideas. But again, I'm not eager to take an administrative idea group right now. There are still 3 more to go. I probably will end up taking innovative and offensive and maybe influence after that. I'm not too sure yet. We'll think that through. But those are the 3 likely contenders after I finish off trade ideas. But we'll see how that works. Alright, let's get on with the game. Sorry to talk so long, but I did want to address that stuff, because idea groups are one of those things where you can customize your nation in a lot of great ways, and I didn't want people to feel like I'm just ignoring them, because those are actually some pretty solid ideas, right? Just because I disagree or I'm not going with it, please don't think that I don't take your feedback seriously. I absolutely do. Like I said, a lot of those suggestions were completely valid as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not going to go for expansion just because that's not my playstyle, and I do think that trade ideas are the better way of getting money. That's not an administrative tech group or idea group. That's my thought anyway. And we'll see how it works, you know? We will see. I don't use trade ideas that often, like I said. I'm kind of curious to see how effective it actually is. Hey, we have Ottoman separatists and no army in position to kill them. Let's get these guys together. Group up. Do we have let's make sure we have our maneuver general so they can march a little bit faster. And let's make a push on them. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fort so I know where they're going to go. Hopefully the zone of control actually does work. Let's turn this one on just to be safe as well. Spend a little bit of money. This isn't good. France and Spain apparently are no longer buddy-buddy. Well, I mean, I guess they weren't really buddy-buddy to begin with. I do know that Spain broke their alliance with them a long time ago, but apparently now they're actually rivaling each other, so yeah, that is kind of interesting. There might come an opportunity to pit them against each other someday. I'm not sure it's a very high priority, but it's something we could do. We'll see. We need to get a claim down here against these guys. 7, 9, 5. What do we have available to us? All right, Busoga it is. Yeah, we're definitely going to kill these guys. There's some pretty good development to be had down there. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, by the way, I did read the comments of the people saying that they do actually watch the entire video through a lot. I want to say thank you for that. That was very encouraging, actually. Granted, again, like I said, if you are someone who skips through the video, odds are pretty good that you didn't even hear that question the first time when I was asking how many people actually watch the entire video through. So, you know, maybe there's a little bit of a sampling bias there, I'm not sure, but either way, I'm glad to hear that there are at least a pretty good number of you who find me entertaining and interesting enough to actually watch the entire video. So, thank you for that. Really, I appreciate that, I really do. Alright, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to Malatya. Malatya? The Highlands. I don't really want to fight you in the Highlands, but I do have very substantial numbers advantage. Flanking bonuses were increased. Spain is calling us into a war against England. Against England, Argentine, Newfoundland, and English Mexico. England is allied to Tuscany and Liège. We're going to accept, though I'm not super duper thrilled about it. Let's go ahead and send an army real quick down here. Maybe we can even seize the colony. No, it's not a colony anymore. It has become a province. Whatever. Let's see if we can get it. I'm going to make sure that Spain knows that I want this, and I've already got it selected, so they do know that I want it. Let's siege that down and say, haha, screw you, England. In fact, if I could get a conquistador or something, let's go down here, I can see that they have a little bit of South Africa already colonized. Maybe if I could get down there in some way, Spain will give it to me. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to get a lot of war score for Spain, so they don't really owe me anything. But we'll see. All right, we're going to go ahead and take Malta, because I do want this. 102 ducats for us. Nothing else really to worry about. Let us take it. Done deal. Thank you very much. And the Knights have accepted our generous offer. Boom. Okay, let's make sure we siege this back down. Utrecht has joined the Republic with the Netherlands. Okay. Friesland is also part of the Netherlands, so Gelre is missing and a few Austrian provinces, which are being occupied by Dutch separatists. So I don't know, the Netherlands actually could be a pretty strong power in the late game. Kind of impressed, actually. I don't know, the Netherlands is always kind of a 50-50 shot. Right, sometimes it's really strong, and sometimes it can't even get out of the gate. I have found that to be true. Alright, well, Malacca has claimed some stuff. How dare you, sir? I do not appreciate that at all. So we don't have a conquistador, yes? No, we do not. Alright, do I want to hire one? I am ahead of time on tech, and I'm not doing a military tech idea group. I keep saying military tech, I mean military idea. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a conquistador. It is a terrible conquistador, but at least he's good at siege. Let's put him in charge, and let's start marching down towards South Africa. You never know. Spain might be generous. Sometimes, even though you don't really have any right to take that because of a lack of war score, the AI still gives you the territory because, you know, hey, screw England, right? So, it's worth a shot, I think. Alright, do we already have a claim on Biga? We do. Hamid? We have one there as well. What are we missing? Okay. Okay, so this is pretty good. 19. Hudavendigar. Hudavendigar? Ah, umlauts. You are the scourge of my existence. Alright, let's go ahead and start sending an army down here toward Inkor. And you know what? We're going to send... actually, how are the rebels looking? Pretty good here. Why don't you go here and put them down? Algerian separatists. Hodna and Titeri. Well, I'm pretty sure that is going to be all Tlemcen, of which there is many things to be afraid of here. Let's get our combat general in charge. We did sacrifice a lot of the highlands, unfortunately. Not much we can do. Why don't you just sit there anyway? And whatever spawns, hopefully, we can deal with them. They'll be firing pretty soon, I imagine. We have one more ship, an early frigate, that we did not send to protect trade. Let's fix that. There we go. Alright, I am going to switch my focus to diplomatic. Since we do have a diplomatic idea group, I want to start working through that as fast as we can. Making 6 ducats a month right now. I've already played all of my loans. I could get somebody better. Diplomatic reputation, 17.74 ducats per month. Ouch. France declared war on England as well. So England's now going to die. France is going to take over the rest of this. You know what's interesting about this game, actually, is Great Britain is never going to form. Huh. That is kind of interesting, actually. It's not necessarily a bad thing for me. It's one less colonial power to compete against, but still, it is interesting. Annex subjects has finally expired. My diplomatic reputation has just improved. Commonwealth was spying on me. That doesn't surprise me in the least. My wife is laughing about something over there. A province defected to the Netherlands, Holland. And Münster entered into a military alliance with Austria. All right, Sweden has rivaled Spain? Ooh, that's interesting. And there's the Algerian separatists. Okay, 16,000 in the Highlands. We have overwhelming numbers advantage. Let's kill them ASAP. We can draft citizens, establish cantonments, or 2 manpower for the cost of 60 ducats. Well, that's 60 ducats for 1 extra development, which is always a good deal in my opinion. So yeah, let's go ahead and mass draft with financial incentives. And back off. Okay, that improved our situation at least a little bit. What else do we have to worry about? Okay, so you've gone down to 0. But you're still here. These are Moravian separatists and Butuan. The Butawans are going away. Moravian we actually can get rid of if we move the army back over here. So we're going to wait long enough for the Butuan to go away. Then we'll move the army again. Najdi, Syrian. Syrian again? Really? Huh, okay. Tunisian doesn't surprise me at all. Maltese, right? Malta, of course. This guy's not a threat. Okay. No, this actually is perfectly fine with me. I think we can handle that kind of unrest. We are taking a lot of attrition, unfortunately, so let's go ahead and move the troops over. We did convert a bunch of people. Let's get a few more. Doop. Okay. Kef has been converted. It's just the Ottomans has expired. I don't suppose any of these are colonies that we can seize, are they? No, it appears these are all established colonies at this point. I'm going to go ahead and have the Conquistador just continue marching through the Terra Incognita, and this guy will follow up and siege things down. Breda has defected to the Netherlands. Okay, so yeah, like I said, the Dutch are becoming quite prominent right now. Actually, that's a pretty strong nation. Not bad. Not bad at all. Huh. I like it. You know, I've actually thought that playing a Dutch campaign could be kind of fun sometime. Never done that before. Form the Netherlands. It's not always easy to do. Actually, I'm not even sure what the requirements are to form the Netherlands. Can we march through here without a conquistador? We totally can. Well, would you look at that? Huh. There's the Tunisians. And Cape has come under the occupation of Ethiopia. Excellent. All right, 28,000. That's a lot, but they are in the dry lands. Unfortunately, I think they might siege that down before I can get to it, but we'll see. English Cape of Good Hope. There is no hope for you, Englishmen. Yeah, I can't seize any colonies, but it's fine. We'll just see what we can get. Failed administration. No! I'll gain a corruption rather than lose a stability. Look, having higher stability makes it easier to tick down your corruption. All right, Great Karoo. That is an awesome province name. Great Karoo. I love it. Okay, we finished off the Tunisians. Did they actually manage to siege anything down? They did not. That was pretty quick. Good response time, guys. I'm impressed. All right, Tlemcenes are the next to be afraid of. We should get into some highlands. These are Tlemceni, Tlemceni, Tlemceni. All right. Well, take the middle one, I suppose. Again, response time. Let's go ahead and make sure that Spain knows we are interested in taking these. Whether they do so or not is another question, but we'll just say, hey, just in case you're interested, we would like this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and send these troops back up home. The Butuans are gone, so let's go ahead and send our troops to Lolo. There we go. And you know what? Our Conquistador can just continue kind of marching around for a little bit. Parallel authority. This guy looks very angry. The burghers are not the sole authority within their cities. The clergy also have a strong presence. Conflicts. Do we side with the burghers or the clergy? Good question. Let's see. If I side with the clergy, they have the least influence, so I'm at less of a risk. Yeah, I think I'll side with the clergy this time. Done? Of course, now the burghers aren't happy. That was worse than I thought it would be. Right, well, good news is it shouldn't take very long for this to go back up. It's at 39% already. Current monthly change is 0.1. So within the year or so, it should go away. A Regency Council in the Ottomans. That's interesting. I actually thought that the Ottomans had a new government type that didn't allow for Regency Councils. But apparently I am wrong. No, it's still an Ottoman government. The Ottoman government is in many ways synonymous with the royal household. The harem ensures that there will never be a lack of heirs. Ah, okay, that's what I'm thinking of. So they definitely have heirs, that's no problem, he's just too young. So I guess they can still have Regency Councils. Huh, okay. They really want Constantinople back, by the way. I saw that mission. City of World's Desires. I know what that means. Alright, Pubungo. We'll take you. Can we get another claim? I don't think so, not against the Ottomans. So yeah, we'll just keep marching around and explore for a little bit. Well, we'll see how this war turns out. I am going to fight in Kor pretty darn soon. I might even do it now. Is there any reason to wait? They did get an ally, actually. They allied Tumbuka, which I think is this little guy right here. Hi! He's so cute and tiny, I love him. And he's got an army with 0 men. 3 infantry and 1 cavalry, completely unenforced. Just sitting here for some reason. That's weird. You're not at war with anyone, are you? No. I was thinking maybe Mutapa was killing them right now, but they're not. I'm not sure what's going on there. Huh. That's fine. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Okay. Is there anything else I want to talk about before we just move on? End this video? I don't think there is. Let's see. How we doing on missionaries? Pretty good. An advisor has died, but not the important one. So, burghers are at 39.5. So in 5 months, they will become loyal again, and I won't be losing any trade efficiency. Nobility was going to take a lot longer, but I can't call a new diet until 1645, so 20 more years on that one. Yeah, that's going to be a while, unfortunately. Very unfortunately. But at least it's not going to lead to any sort of disaster. It's not quite as bad as having them as influential. Whatever. We'll be fine. Thank you all for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Not a ton happened, I'm aware, but, you know, I just wanted to address the idea groups and stuff because I really do appreciate feedback when it's been asked for, or even when it's not asked for. And I'm not one of those people who's opposed to unsolicited advice. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think y'all have some really solid ideas, and I appreciate that. I just happen to disagree in this particular instance, and I'm going to go with my gut, and we're just going to try something different, and we're going to see how it plays out. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll see how that works out. I'll see y'all on Monday. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I, as always, will see you guys next time.